Hey, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today we are going to be talking about something I am super excited to talk about. I was scrolling through Amazon last week and I was just looking at EDC stuff in general, some Swiss Army knife stuff, some pocket knife stuff, and just in that general area. I came across this, which is called the Swiss Carry, basically Swiss Army knife pocket clip. And I was super excited to try it out, and there's not many reviews on Amazon for it. I think when I checked there was like 1 or 2 reviews, and there's not really much information about it online, on YouTube, or really anywhere. So essentially what it is, it's a pocket clip for your Swiss Army knife. So this is kind of how it looks on Amazon here. So before the Swiss Carry clip, you had this particular item here. This is called the Swiss Q-lip, the Swiss Cool-lip, something like that. But it's basically a pocket clip for your Swiss Army knife. But the thing about this one, it only comes in 2 flavors. You got chrome and you got black. A lot of people say it's too bulky, it's hard to install, etc. So I personally wasn't a big fan of this. I tried it on my Swiss Army knife. I was not a big fan of this particular one. But then this one comes out, it's $2 cheaper. That's just because it's on sales, but it's the same price. It's 20 bucks. It's a lot slimmer. The installation is much easier, and you have really, really cool designs. So you have the topo, which is the one I got, Futurama, emblem, checkers, and camo, checker, yeah. But I definitely wanted to talk about this particular pocket clip. I think it's a really cool idea. And since I'm such a big fan of the topo design in general, I was super excited to try this thing out. I think it's I thought it was a very, very interesting design, very innovative. So let's take a look at it. All right, so when you receive it, it just comes in this little black cardboard thing here. So there's not much in the package. You just get some install tips. The install tips are kind of vague, so I'm going to show you guys a more detailed, thorough installation guide to this thing. All right, so let's take a look at what is inside of the bag. So first up here, you have some T6 little screws here. So you got those. Next up, you have this little piece of metal, and this is the attachment that attaches onto the key ring attachment for your Swiss Army knife, and that's kind of how this whole thing stays on your Swiss Army knife. Very cool. I'll show you guys that later. We have a little T6 Allen wrench for the installation process, and then we have the clip itself. So taking a look at this clip, as you can see, it's stainless steel, and it has this little plus kind of stamped out of the metal there, and that is so when you take your Swiss Army knife, it kind of reflects whatever color is on the scales beneath it, which is really, really cool. So if you have like, white, or like a brighter color, I mean the red's pretty bright, but I mean like yellow or white, it'll pop out really, really well. So I love that little cross that they stamp out of the metal there. Fully stainless steel, really good quality. You can tell it's not cheap, and for 20 bucks it better not be. So yeah, let's take a look at the installation process of this little guy. All right, so here I have a Victorinox Super Tinker. Now this is known as a 91mm model of the Victorinox lineup. I will put up a picture here kind of going through all of the different sizes of Swiss Army knives, all the different millimeters. So this is a 91mm model, which this pocket clip will only work with. So you have to keep that in mind. So you can only use this pocket clip with 91mm models. I'll also put up a picture of all of the different 91mm models of the Swiss Army knife lineup or Victorinox lineup. Just a disclaimer, I ordered this pocket clip to specifically go with my Victorinox Compact. It did not work. So even though that's a 91mm model, for some reason the key ring attachment was just different. So it did not work. So that was a huge letdown, but it does work with the Super Tinker. So let me show you how to install this thing. So we're basically going to be focusing on the little keyring attachment here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to find your keyring attachment, and you're going to follow where that sits around, and you're going to pull out the tool that is in line with your keyring attachment. Now if you guys pay close attention here, you can kind of see when I close this and open it, that piece of metal kind of moves in there, and that's going to be very essential, and you can see how the keyring attachment moves as well. That's going to be very essential in installing this thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to find that tool, and you're going to open it, and then you're going to flip it to where it points downward. So now we're kind of in this orientation here where you have the keyring attachment pointing up. So you're going to grab this little attachment here, and this is, I can't tell if this thing is like a 3D printed piece of plastic or if it's metal. I can't really tell, but you're going to grab that and you can kind of see how it lines up, okay? So it's very, very simple. So it kind of resembles the shape of a key ring. You're just going to kind of fit that in there and press it in. And it doesn't sit completely flush, as you can see there. It kind of sits a little bit in, but that is basically how it's going to sit. Now, you're going to close this tool here, and as you see, it's going to kind of lock that piece of, that attachment in place. And so that's pretty sturdy already, but they include screws, so we can screw a screw into the back here, and then we're going to screw one into the front to hold the actual pocket clip on there. All right, so you're going to grab your little T6 Allen wrench, and you're going to put that on there like so. Then you're going to take your T6 screw, you're going to put it to the back here, and you're just going to screw that in just like that. We're not going to make it too tight yet, just barely enough to hold it on there. Then you're going to grab your pocket clip. Now, as you see here, I don't know if you can see that, but there are 3 different holes. There's 2 small holes, and then there's kind of a larger hole. So that one's going to be for the screw. This is going to be for the 2 little protruding nubs sticking out of this little piece here. So you're going to line that up, and you're going to press it down to where you hear kind of a click, just like that. So now the pocket clip and everything should be flush with that little attachment. You're going to grab your other T6 screw, and you're going to screw that in there. Okay, so now that we got that in there, now we're going to kind of tighten everything down. So we're going to tighten down this, and we're going to tighten down this one. And there you go. That's pretty much all there is to it. You got some nice retention there, nice and sleek, looks really good against the Swiss Army knife. I'm definitely going to order some black scales. I think that would look really, really good, or even some white scales, but I'm just a big fan of the black on black. So let me show you how this thing carries in the pocket. So if you guys are wondering how this thing carries in the pocket, it actually carries very nice. So my biggest pet peeve when you get a pocket knife is when the pocket clip is, almost too rigid, like it's really hard to slide in and out of your pocket. So this one is just right in between. It's not too loose to where it just kind of slips in and off of the pocket, but it has just enough retention to where it goes on nice, comes off nice. Really, really cool. So let me kind of show you guys how that works here. So as you see, slides right onto the pocket. Very, very easy. It barely sticks out, just enough to where you can kind of grab it and pull it off. As you can see, it has pretty good retention. As you see, it kind of grabs the pocket on the way out. And it's not super loose, but it's not super tight. Carries really nice. It's not quite deep carry, because the other one, the Swiss Q-lip or whatever, claims to be deep carry, but it's much more bulky, much more obtrusive in the pocket, in my opinion. This is nice and sleek. Very, very easy. As you can hear, that little click, that's the rigidity, I think I'm saying that word right, the rigidity of the pocket clip. So really, really nice. I've carried it for about the past 3 or 4 days. I've really enjoyed carrying it. It's been an absolute breeze. It's been really nice to carry my Swiss Army knife on me again. I did make some videos, I will link it right up here in the corner here, on how to carry your Swiss Army knife using like a piece of paracord, which is really, really convenient, but at the same time, it's not. This makes it so much more convenient. The pocket clip it pretty much changes the game. So I'm really happy that this company decided to do something innovative and create something like this. I really, really enjoy it. It carries super well, very easy to install, and I'm just a big fan of it. And just in case you guys are going to ask, yes, you can still use this tool fully functional because you have these screws screwed into the keyring attachment. You can still fully use this tool. So you can use your bottle opener, you can use your flathead screwdriver, and you don't have to worry about it falling off. All this little area does is just kind of keep it in place until you screw it in with those screws, and it kind of locks the whole thing into place just a little bit more. But you can still fully use your tools 100%. Very, very easy to use. So just wanted to throw that out there because I know someone was going to ask in the comments. All right, guys, so that's going to be it. I will have this little pocket clip linked in the description below on Amazon. I would highly recommend you go pick it up. 20 bucks, and you get a really, really cool little pocket clip for your Swiss Army knife. I know that There are people on Etsy who sell scales with, pocket clips built in. But if you're like me and you just like the look of the classic Swiss Army knife scales, or B, if you don't want to spend 30 to 40 bucks on custom scales with pocket clips, this is a very, very easy and simple thing to do to make your or to make your Swiss Army knife much more easily carried. So yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Stay humble. Peace.